is a part of the next generation. So I want to bring up Shappley. She is one of Auntie Moni's kids, trans kids. And we want to have her come up and say a few words.
Hello, I hope everyone is having a good night. So, my Aunt Monica was kind, loving, and beautiful. She was super smart. She knew how to tell people what we trans people deserve and why they better give it to us. She was my chosen family. I chose her, and she chose me back. A lot of times, trans people don't get picked by their blood family, so we find people who will, and that's how she became my aunt. Aunt Monica was the aunt to every trans kid she ever met. She made us feel safe because she was tall and she was really fierce. She was fighting to protect us before we were even born. Maybe when you look at her and you look at me, you see how different we are. But when I look at her, I see how much we are the same. She didn't just advocate for the trans community. She also fought for the people of color to be treated better because Black Lives Matter. And she made me want to stand up for them too. She was famous for being an unapologetic Black trans woman. And my promise to her is that I'll be unapologetic for who I am too. And each of you should be unapologetic too. She laughed every time she would call me Little Diva, and she wasn't wrong. Every time I would tell her I won an award, she would say, I already got that one, and smile at me. Until I won the Emmy. Then she was super proud to tell me, well, now that's one I haven't already won. And she laughed her memorable laugh. I bet you can all remember it right now. When Mom first told me that Monica had passed, I was crying for a long time. But later I told Mom I'm glad to have her to watch over us now, and maybe share some of her strength with me too. Monica had enough strength for all of us so we can share it with each other. Mom said, Kai, you better not talk about Monica without talking about voting. So here it is. Vote like lives depend on your single vote. Vote like LGBTQ marriages and adoptions and equality depend on your vote. Vote like trans lives depend on you. Vote like trans kids' lives are depending on every person you meet, work with, live next to, or come in contact with, and ask them if they have a plan for voting. Let's flip Texas blue just in time for the next Texas legislative session, y'all. This is one very big piece of what Monica fought for. No one will fill her void in activism, but if every single one uses our gift and talent to help others, we can continue to build on the foundation she left us. Thank you.
And good night. Have a wonderful day. Thank you, Kyle. Honey said everything that needed to be said for real, right? Out of the mouth of babes.